Hello, and welcome to the Career Services 101 session as hosted through the new student registration program. Today, we will be talking about how we can partner to ensure that your student finds success. These are the individual topics that we will cover today. My name is Melissa Wilson, and I am the Director of Career Services at UWR. I have worked at River Falls for almost 15 years and for the University of Wisconsin system for almost 25. I'm also an alum. I received a degree in broad area agriculture with a speech communications minor. I have some plants at my house. I do not keep them alive very often, but absolutely love studying my program. Ever since I was 12 years old, my goal had been to help farmers become better farmers. And as happens quite frequently, the career finds you, and that's what happened with me. I've absolutely loved my career in higher education, but wouldn't trade my undergraduate degree for anything in the world either. My contact information is listed here, email, phone number. You can also get to our website at uwf.edu/career services. If at any point your student wants to make an appointment with us, there's an appointment form online that they would fill out to request to meet with somebody in our office. We're located in 187 Rodley Hall. One of the things that we do to help first-year students is assist in the major and career exploration process. This is a huge part of what our office does and one of the services that we provide to students and to alumni. As you can see, we have the career exploration wheel on this slide. There's so many different things that your student can do to ensure that they are in the right major, that they've selected the correct major for them, that they are doing what they need to do to make sure they understand what opportunities they may have with that major after they graduate. And so if your student kind of follows this wheel and does the things on this wheel, they will probably have a better chance of success in getting hired before graduation, finding an internship or 2 or 3 internships, and just feeling more confident in the choices that they're making. Under the light blue self-awareness tab, one of the opportunities your student has is to take a career assessment. They do that through our office. And so the student would call our office, they would make an appointment for career assessment. After they've made that appointment, we provide them with the career assessment. They take that online. And then when they meet with someone from our office, they get the results emailed to them, and we discuss that in an appointment. For a student that truly is exploratory or undeclared, and if you have one of those students who isn't sure what they want to major in, we call them a pre-major student at UWRF. They will have their own academic advisor that will advise them on classes. We take really good care of our pre-major students here. But we work in cooperation with their pre-major advisor to help them kind of figure out that major. And one of the ways we do that is with that career assessment. It's not the only way. It could be a meeting to talk about things. It could be us advising and coaching them to go and talk to other people on campus or an industry or a certain field. We all work together to ensure that they can figure this out. One thing that the career assessment appointment can yield, which I think is really important for family and friends to hear, is we have more than 50 majors at UW River Falls. And for a student coming in who's pre-major, that can be pretty overwhelming. I know it would be overwhelming for me. It would be overwhelming for one of my children. And so after that career assessment meeting, usually by that point, we've narrowed down their major choices to 5 to 10. So taking that from 50 to 5 to 10 feels a lot more manageable and takes some of the anxiety out of the process. So if you have one of those students who is a pre-major student, the best time for them to schedule that appointment with our office would be sometime after July 1st. We'll have plenty of staff in the office at that time to help your students. So give our office a call or fill out that online appointment form, and we'll be there to assist you. Some other things that we can help your student with in regards to that major selection or finding those careers is listed here. And a lot of that really is with the things that they've been involved with as well. So conversations that I have with students about their major and starting to think about careers or things they might want to do in regards to an internship or a part-time job is what they've been involved with and what they've liked about that, what they haven't liked about that, and then we start to have a deeper conversation about where their skills and interests truly may lie. Those are really fun conversations, and those are the types of appointments we have with students. We can also have those appointments over the phone. So this summer, if you want to schedule those appointments over the phone, again, after July 1st would be the best time to do that. Just fill out that appointment form request online. This is a screenshot of our Explore Majors and Careers website. I would encourage your student to spend some time on here, just looking, becoming familiar, because there's some really, really fabulous information here for that student who wants to learn more about their major or explore different majors. It's also critical that your student gain relevant experiences while they are at River Falls. There are numerous ways that your student can gain those relevant experiences. One of the obvious reasons is through an internship. Every major and program at the university is going to be different in regards to when that internship can be taken, how many credits that internship would be for. It's just a little bit different throughout all the majors. For example, an accounting firm usually requires that a student have taken certain accounting classes before they are hired as an intern. Some sales internships require that the student take certain sales classes before they can intern with their company in a sales internship. And so it's really important that your student talk with their academic advisor or the internship office within their college to learn more about internships and how that works with their academic coursework. For me, I had my first academic internship after my freshman year at UW River Falls. When I graduated, I had 3 internships that I had completed. Every single internship led to some type of full-time job opportunity. 2 of them were during the summer and 1 was during the academic year. We are hearing more and more from employers that they want to see students have more than 1 internship before they hire them full-time at their organization. So it's critical that your students start to think about that relevant experience. That relevant experience also may not come in the form of an internship. It may be a volunteer opportunity. It may be a special project they did in the classroom that carries incredible value to an employer to see that they've had that experience. It may be research that your student is involved. There are so many first-year students at UW River Falls who participate in formal research with a faculty member, and really does help their admission to graduate school opportunities. And so I just encourage you to have the conversation with your student about their plans for gaining relevant experience within their field of study. I've got some statistics on this slide that talk a little bit more about internships. Our Handshake is our online recruiting system, and more than 9,500 internships were posted on Handshake to our school in the last year that we collected this data. I also encourage you to have the conversation with your student about maximizing the summer. We have had an interesting spring, and the summer, continues to pose challenges with COVID-19, but that doesn't mean that your student can't be learning and growing and connecting with others during that time. So I really encourage you to have that deeper conversation with your student about what they plan to do this summer. I've talked to a lot of incoming students for the fall that have 2 part-time jobs this summer, that are shadowing with veterinarians to gain that experience this summer, that might be volunteering at the food shelf. And so what is your student doing this summer to show that they're a servant leader, to gain experience within their field, to assist them in gaining hours that might be needed for graduate school admission? It's really important to have that conversation with your student so they understand that really gaining some of those relevant experiences can start now and help them have a better advantage over their peers when they start to apply for that first internship or that first job or graduate school or a special research program. So I encourage you to have that conversation with your student. All of these experiences assist your student in gaining career readiness competencies. And so you can see the Get Career Ready button on this page. That's on our home page. You click on that. It takes you to this wheel. When you come to the page, the wheel moves. It's really high tech. And then there's a link to first year where your student can look at that and see what kinds of things we suggest they start to do even during that first year, so they start to gain some of these competencies. There are 8 career readiness competencies. Your student has began to develop many of them already. Whatever experience they have had, either homeschooling or at the high school level, they've started to develop these. So if your student was involved in robotics, they've started to gain that digital technology competency. They have started to gain teamwork and collaboration, professionalism and work ethic. If they were involved in a sport in high school, they definitely started to develop leadership opportunities. Maybe they were, part of a Rotary International exchange, and they started to gain some of those global and intercultural fluencies. So our goal in career services is that your student starts to think about all of the competencies on this wheel every step of their college career to ensure they are a well-rounded applicant for whatever they are applying to, whether it be an internship or a research opportunity or a judging team during their college career, and then of course those opportunities that come after. So it's critical that those experiences inside the classroom and outside the classroom complement each other so your student starts to gain these competencies. Also, I think it's important to note that these competencies were given to us by employers. So it was employers and career services folks, faculty, a huge array of people across the country that truly determined what these competencies should be. This is a snapshot of the first year that your student can start to work on gaining those competencies. And again, this is found on our website. Many times during new student registration, Career Services receives a lot of questions on finding an on-campus job. There is a separate tutorial on finding an on-campus job that I would encourage you to watch if you're interested in helping your student find that on-campus job. There's a lot of reasons your student should consider an on-campus job. Accessibility, it's right on campus. If your student won't have a car, it's easy to get to. Flexibility, many times your on-campus employer realizes you are a student first, and so they might be a little more flexible with your schedule. And then that connection. I have found so many students who really found that they persisted in college because of the on-campus job and the connections that they made. So they work in a department or, for a particular office on campus, and they make connections with other students, staff, faculty, and they become kind of a family and help each other out and advise each other and mentor each other. And it becomes a really incredible experience. Also, an on-campus job is a great place to start developing those career competencies. So for example, the students who work in the Career Services office, many of them answer the phone, make appointments. They are developing those oral communication skills at a professional level and being coached and trained on that, which can only help them as they move into the world of work. If you have questions about work study or student assistance, I have a page listed here. This is under jobs and internships on our website as well. There's a tips for getting an on-campus job link there that you can open a document to read. I would encourage your student read through that so they understand the difference between work study and student assistance. Work study is awarded through the FAFSA, and student assistance is open to any student. All on-campus jobs are located somewhere. Most of them are posted on Handshake, which is the online recruiting system that we use in Career Services. On our website, this is going to be a red link. I apologize, the marketing changed recently, but it's a red link for Handshake, and your student will have access to this 24 hours after they register. They do not have access until the day after they have officially registered for classes. So your student should not try to build a profile in Handshake before they register for classes. They will be denied 100% every single time. And so please wait until your student has registered for classes, then go to Handshake and see what kinds of opportunities are available. You can search on-campus jobs by student assistance and work study. And so that's a great thing to know as well before your student goes out there. If they're interested in an on-campus job and they're not seeing something they're interested in Handshake, I would encourage them to pick up the phone, email the department or office they think they might be interested in working in to learn what the process is to apply and if there are appointments available or options available. And so Handshake isn't the only place that on-campus job opportunities are available. There are also off-campus part-time jobs listed in Handshake. I know many friends throughout the River Falls community that hire nannies and post those positions on Handshake. Maybe, you know, the parent in the household has to leave at 6 in the morning for work. And so they bring in a college student from 6 to 7:30 every morning. It's that student's responsibility to get the kids up, get them breakfast, get them on the bus, or get them to school. Really great opportunities are available on Handshake part-time within the community. And then, of course, jobs, internships, all of those opportunities are available on Handshake as well. We also, other than Handshake, we connect our students with employers in a lot of different ways, either virtually or in person on campus. One of the ways that we do that is the Career Treks program. And this is an incredible program where we actually take the student to the employer. In fall 2020, we plan to host a career trek for students virtually. So stay tuned on who we may be engaging with there. In the annual report, most recently, we had more than 500 employers come to campus to engage with our students. So as you can see, employers want to hire UW River Falls students for internships, jobs, part-time jobs. We have incredible relationships with employers throughout the region, and they want to engage with Falcons. They want to hire students from UW River Falls. And so we work really hard to develop those relationships. So if any of you work for companies or organizations and you'd like to connect with our office, feel free to connect with me individually. I would love to learn more about what you do, your company, your organization, and if you would like to hire UWRF students or maybe offer an internship for our students. We work one-on-one with students. We offer events. We offer programming. In 1819, 50% of the total student population was served by our office, which is a pretty impressive number. And of all of those students we engaged with, 90% were retained. And so our goal is to help your student persist in college, finish college, and our engagement in their experience really does help them persist and find that success. Speaking of finding success, we follow our students throughout their entire time here and after. We want to make sure that they know that we're still here to assist them, and we want to share in their success. In the fall, we feature students who have interned and share those internship stories. And then in the spring, we share hired by graduation stories. So I would say the goal is that your student is hired or admitted to graduate school before graduation. These are students, there's one from each of our 4 colleges that's featured here that was hired, many of them well before graduation. So Caleb, biomedical sciences major, he was admitted to graduate school early on in his undergraduate degree. Mirza was offered a full-time job offer the summer before graduating from 3M. Erica is going to be working in the agriculture industry and actually has already moved to that area to begin working with them. And then you have Grace, who was hired as a teacher and really excited to start teaching and using everything she's learned at UW River Falls in the classroom with her students. And so the goal is to be hired or admitted to graduate school before graduation. And really it's those career competencies, it's the career exploration wheel, it's engaging with our office, it's you having that conversation with them every so often to ask them about where they're at in all of this in their career development journey to help them stay on track and understand that this experience at UW River Falls is so much more than just going to class and getting great grades. And we're all here to help them have the most amazing experience possible. As mentioned, we track these students. The First Destination Survey is where you can find that data. That's linked on our webpage as well. So if you're curious to know, the average starting salary or how many students, had jobs or where they were admitted to graduate schools, this is a great place to find that data. Additional resources are located on our family and friends page. Feel free to take a look at that. We really are all in this together, helping your student find that success, find that internship, find that research opportunity, apply to the internship or job. Our office wants to assist your student as much as we can. We also work with alumni for free forever. And so that's definitely an added bonus that our office offers because we know the career development process doesn't end when students graduate from UWRF. And so we are here for them forever. Thank you for taking time to learn a little bit more about how we can partner to help your student find success. And I'm excited to see your students and help them throughout their journey at UW River Falls. I couldn't be more proud of this university and as an alum and as a staff member. And just again, welcome to the Falcon family. Thank you.